Hello, internet friends. This is going to be another movie review episode because I started to watch movies again. There were years and years when I haven't watched a single one of them. I watched YouTube instead, and Twitch and social media, wherever I could interact with the creators. But I find my way back to the movies again. Today we are going to talk about the movie called The Three Billboards. It has a very long title. I clearly remember when it came out, and it was, in my eyes, it was very successful. I could go anywhere on social media. This movie was staring back at me. Right now I'm based in London, but I'm originally from Hungary, and in Hungary, let me tell you this, there is a very strong fan base for art movies. There are cinemas where they play only art movies. French, Italian, South Korean, Indian, and so on. And my friends who went there regularly, they always talked about Francis McDormand. So I said, okay, let's do this. Additionally, I need to tell you that growing up, for me, the best movies were the Stephen King adaptations because those were so absolutely different than the mainstream movies showing the American countryside. I was born in the capital of Hungary in Budapest, but our family is from the countryside and we always went there to meet them and spend time with them. So I know the countryside really well, and I always wanted to move to the countryside and have a land and do farming and all that stuff. Now that dream is gone now, but maybe in some other life I'm gonna have horses and cows and all sort of vegetables until you can see on a land that is stretching for miles and miles. Back to the movie, The Three Billboards. The very first thing I noticed that these people had money, or if they didn't have budget, they really know how to make things look like they had. Every single minute something happened, like an action movie, but in the same time they could maintain this calmness that comes with the countryside. And this countryside, like any other people, they just want to be left alone. They don't want to be bothered. And suddenly there are three billboards that bothers everyone. I really like the style of the script. It was like made for stage, for a theatrical production. And even though I was watching on a streaming service on Disney Plus, I felt it. I'm in the audience, sitting, in the theater. So immediately, my relationship with the movie changed. I give the characters and the actors much more space to move around. I knew it's not a regular Hollywood movie, so I don't have to understand everything immediately. Maybe I'm going to understand this movie after it's finished, or maybe months and months after I watch this. The creators, they were very respectful with every single character. They explained why they do what they do. And they didn't care at all if you sympathize with them or not. And that's what I like in art movies, especially low budget art movies, that they don't care if the characters are likable. They don't have to make $500 million on the opening weekend. And they showed how easily people can be influenced, no matter how intelligent they are or where are in life. Throughout the movie, I was really engaged with the whole thing because in my life, I I experienced very similar things as well. Lots of unfinished business, and let me tell you that people, no matter where they coming from, Eastern Europe or West or South or North, they do not like unfinished business. No, no, sir, they don't. The main theme of the movie is frustration. and how people deal with it. Some people put an end to it very quickly. Some people deal with it in a way that cause maximum harm to the others. And some people deal with it in a way that, like the quote goes, if mama is happy, then everyone's happy. If mama is sad, then everyone's sad. End quote. And the best thing about this movie, The Free Billboards, that people change how to deal with the actual thing that bothers them. And they still can't solve it. They still can't figure it out. This is a very, very good movie. My grandparents, they had a neighbor. They really loved this neighbor. There were lots of parties, get togethers. They knew about each other, everything. They shared everything. They were friends. And this neighbor went off working abroad. It's a real story. I'm talking about myself now. The reason I'm talking about myself because this is how I'm showing to you why this movie meant for me a lot. So my grandparents' neighbor went to work abroad and something happened, an accident, and he came back to Hungary. Well, anyway, his physical body came back. The accident completely changed him. Basically, from that moment on, we had a psychopath in the neighborhood. From that moment on, there was a fight all the time with that neighbor, a shouting contest, and all sort of things. You see the classic animation series Tom and Jerry. I really like this movie because every single character was dealing with it one way or another, but not a single person tried to, put it under the rug and just forget about it. Even when they said that this is what they want, just forget it and move on. You could see that it's not the case. It's a very strong movie, and let me tell you that it's a couple of years old by now. And if I watched this in a cinema few years ago, I don't think I could have handled it. I think I just walk out in after 15-20 minutes. But now, 2025, I could watch it all the way. Probably because I became wiser or something, or I'm just not judging so quickly. And of course, we need to mention Woody Harrelson. Oh my god, that man is very tricky. When I was in high school, I didn't like him at all. But then I saw him again in Hunger Games and I said, oh yeah, he's interesting. He has a star quality. He has a personality. He's interesting. And it's such a good his energy is a very good addition to this movie. Okay, that's it from me. Go and watch the movie. See you later. See you next time. Bye.